Is this ultra rare, ridiculously expensive copy of Harvest Moon real or fake?
This is the moment of truth. Oh my God!
But first, let's rewind approximately 2 weeks. That's right, eBay. Love it or hate it, Harvest Moon on the Super Nintendo was here and costs an eye-popping fortune. That was until this copy appeared for £225, an eBay account that specialised in mint games.
But is it real, Gem?
Is it real? I'm about to prove to you with this simple test in the console that this game works. Yes, it works. But then I realised just because it works doesn't necessarily mean to say it's real.
This is the moment of truth. Looks good so far. Oh my god, ready? Yes, it's real! Oh my god, yes! It is real, it is real, it is real.
All of my worst nightmares and fears evaporated. Even the box looked to be in relatively fantastic condition for a game that was released in 1998. So to all the doubters out there, sometimes eBay, it's not too bad. So it is indeed a real specimen and a fine addition to the Super Nintendo library. For those of you that aren't aware, this was released in PAL regions in Australia, but had a different colour case. I believe it was more of a kind of green with a lot more oranges burnt into the colour palette of the case itself. I definitely prefer the Australian case over the German PAL. This to me, at a first glance, if it wasn't for the PAL logo on the bottom here, would actually look like an NTSC copy. But it's really cool, and I just don't know why we didn't get it here in the United Kingdom. There's a couple of threads out on Reddit that do ask if there was a UK PAL release, and some people say yes, some people say no, but there's actually no evidence as to what I found for a UK copy of Harvest Moon. But it's a really, really obscure piece, and it's one of the last Super Nintendo games to ever be released on the platform. I believe Frogger on the Snes was actually the very last. So for me, as a Super Nintendo kind of girl, having this, it means a lot to me. It really does mean a lot to me. It's a shame I still don't have my Retron 5 because I could have used the translation patches to actually play through it. But it's a beautiful copy, and as you guys saw with the awesome storytelling there, I've proved, I believe, that it's real. So I'm going to show you guys some other really nice bits in the collection that have come in recently, including this. So this is the special edition of the Game Genie for the NES. You can see the box, albeit a little bit battered. But what's really cool is this manual, because it's super old school paper, and somebody's written in it, games I've completed, Tiny Toon Adventures, WrestleMania, Super Mario 1, 2 and 3. Can't really read that. Knuckle in something. Turtle Spider-Man. I mean, it's really, really cool. They've highlighted everything, and this is what we used to do back in the day. So for me, even though this is written in, I actually don't mind it because I think it's quite quirky and quite cool. These things themselves are pretty darn flimsy, but this is actually in really nice condition. It's going to need a bit of a clean, but yeah, picked that up for £9, go for about 30, being kind of linked, sold prices, I don't know, but being sold for about 30 quid over on the bay. So yeah, that's a nice little addition here. That's right, a special edition Game Genie for the NES, something you do not see around especially boxed, albeit very tatty, but you don't see these around that often. And it was priced at £9.99, but the dude let me have it for £9. I'll probably be doing more, possibly a retro game hunt. I've kind of got something planned with the guy I bought this from, so I'm not going to tell you where I got it from yet because I don't want to spoil any potential future retro game hunts. So I would suggest that you stay tuned. I'm just going to kind of give you a bit of a teaser there. So that's really, really nice. I knew I needed to kind of have it because it's quite obscure, and the fact that the manual's with it, and I love seeing the little scribbles from like previous gamers. I'd love to know whose this was actually. So that's a nice little pickup. Now do forgive my pronunciation with this. I did an episode recently and I went down to King's Exchange in Sutton, and Gav's been in touch recently and he said he'd got some really nice stuff in. Check out this beaut. I'm going to try to pronounce it for you. Ranko Sukigme's Longest Day. Please feel free to roast me. It will make me laugh in the comment section. And this is a really nice obscure title. Really pretty, really aesthetic little side scroller from what I've seen. And I will be playing through this on my gorgeous PS3 here. Fully customised, really nice, all capacitors replaced, like pretty much brand new. I thought that would be a great title to sit back in front of the 4K TV and just chill out with this. And another game which he had in, and this made me laugh because somebody commented recently. I did an episode about how this purchase was influenced by my deceased mother. I'll link it in the cards. And somebody said that I believe they'd lost their father, and Ease on the Master System was a game that they actually played together. So I want to give a special shout out to whichever viewer of mine that was. Between the two, I got these for £50, so 30 and 20. So this does go for a lot more. It's unfortunately missing manual, and I'm a huge fan of my little RPG top-down stuff, 8-bit and 16-bit, especially because that is what I grew up on. That's where the nostalgia, for me, anything kind of top-down, I'm like, oh my God, it just takes me right back to me when I first saw Link to the Past for the very first time on the Super Nintendo. So I will try to get manual for this. If I cannot get an original manual, I will get a copy. I have a guy on Etsy that I do get reproduction manuals from, so I'll see if I can't get a copy, I'll be able to get one from him. And the manual issue with this actually leads me on very nicely to this. In the Console Yourself retro game hunt that I did recently, I picked up Dungeons & Dragons Heroes, unfortunately missing manual, and one of my awesome subscribers said, hey Gem, there's the box with manual on eBay for £2.99. So now I have the manual for that, and I also have the spare case for it, so I might actually try and find another manual in game and then maybe do a little giveaway or something on this copy. I don't know. So yeah, I have the manual now, and look how thick it is. I mean, when we had manuals back in the day, kind of smells like it's been in somebody's attic. When we had manuals back in the day, especially really thick manuals like this, it just gave me a bit of a buzz, because first thing I would do, maybe when you're on the way home on the bus or something, you just sit and you just have a look through and, you know, get a flavour for the game before you pop it into your machine. So it's really nice to have that. And I just wanted to kind of briefly mention again, shout out to whoever you were that said that this was on eBay for £2.99. Finally then, just a couple of random bits now. Sarah, bless her, she's been out and she's been doing a lot of hunting out in the charity shops, and she's come across a couple of games. We've got F1 Championship and Aliens vs Predator. My copy, actually, I've since realised broke, so it's a good job I picked this up. So I'm not going to dive into that in that much detail, because they're just things that I want to show you. I usually bolt pickups now onto the end of retro game hunts, and this weekend we've actually got a game in market. It's this one here up at Leeds, and then that's the first, because at the end of the month we've got Doncaster Retro Gaming Market as well, so I'll be going to both of them. Mammoth retro game hunts to come. We're going to do a 2-part series on both of the hunts, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I picked up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. We had a little story about Harvest Moon. I love telling stories. I'm trying to do things a little bit differently here. Thank you for watching, and I hope I've whet your palate to click on a few more episodes. So I'll leave it there. Have a good one, and I'll see you soon.